My name's host Eric. Monday morning. Welcome to Talk to My Fence People. The interwebs only YouTube channel. The worldwide internet. You might say, Eric, did you really get enough sleep last night? It's a good question. The answer to which is no. I didn't sleep poorly, but I'm not all caught up on sleep is what I'm going to say. I still need another 8 hours of sleep. Before I get a full regular night's hour of 8 hours of sleep. Good morning, Winston's mom. Then I'll be slept up. I was listening on Flo's live stream from yesterday. They were discussing his doxing. Tell me about it. One of the females on his panel has been stalked by someone from his panel, and they went into this topic. Hello from Korea. Hello from America. I'm having my first health tube of the day. When I'm done with that, I'll go back inside. I'll be able to read the chat a little more easily. What are ENTPs like when they're interested in someone? Are they straightforward? Probably pretty straightforward, but they might be shy or scared, But probably they'll want to define the nature of the relationship early on, avoid using FE. Good morning. Can't quite read your name. Mistress Who Does? Something like that. Well, yeah, I think I find the phenomenon interesting. The phenomenon of, in particular, people trying to, if a girl rejected you, find another girl. People trying to either intimidate via chat or actually make some sort of leap into a real world behavior. In any event, it's really strange because we're just engaging with words here. Yeah, listen to Hero Land when it comes to chicks, probably more than me. I'm definitely no expert on chicks. You know, I didn't I didn't see it. If it's inappropriate and you want to check it, check it. Let's go inside and find out what's going on to chat a little bit more easily than I can with my old eyes out in the garage. I woke up a little irritated this morning at the plumber. I'm supposed to begin work tomorrow. It's like, why in the fucking world is it taking this long? But just do the fucking thing. When I brought those fucks out, I told them the very day they did, just start as soon as you can. Ridiculous. Okay, I got the TV on. I'm gonna pull up this stream and see what the chat's saying. Help, call the police. No thanks. You can always call the police for yourself. I must be on top chat. That's why I don't see it. Yes, I was on top chat. Why are you in your basement, stupid, you ugly, you'll never have a wife? I don't have a basement. I may be ugly, but I'm on my third wife. That's fun. Hey, Hanko Flamo. You're near Erie to watch the eclipse, huh? Oh, I will, Winston's mom. Thank you very much. Yeah, Hank's cool. I don't have any problem with Hank at all. All right. So we've got a task to do here before we do anything else. A task called make a new pot of coffee. So let's do that first before we move on to other things. I really did appreciate that one chat this morning. It said, "Why are you in your basement? You're ugly. You'll never have a wife." Wow. I enjoy it when people are just like, okay. It's hard for me to get my feelings hurt by things that are totally counterfactual, like you're in your basement and you'll never get a life. As far as my appearance goes, well, I don't really care much about that. Alright, let's take the old coffee to the laundry room. Okay. We'll just pour out the leftover coffee. And we're gonna swish it around, get all the extra old grounds out of it. Do that again. Good enough. Now we'll fill it up with new water. I'm going to put you down here so you can see me carrying the water better. Okay. Put you all the way over here. See me carry the water into the kitchen. And then you'll already be here, which is more convenient. All right, making a bit of a smaller amount of coffee today than I sometimes have in the past. Let's empty this old gross coffee catch thing. Rinse it out. And spray some of this spray in here. So it doesn't get too disgusting. Alright, now let's do the next step of coffee making. Smooth that out all around here. There we go. Put the lid back on. Turn that on. And we'll have fresh hot coffee soon enough. So good for us in that regard. Who the hell is Flow State? Flow State is another YouTube channel, friend of mine. He does a lot of panels on his YouTube channel. He has discussions with groups of people, unlike this channel, where it's mostly all just me yammering on. All right, I'm gonna take my glasses, my current cup of coffee. We'll go have a health tube in the garage. This time I'll have my glasses so I'll be able to see what people are saying. Anyway, apparently someone doxed Flow State. I made a panel about it yesterday discussing this subject. I didn't see it, but Winston's mom was talking about it. Hi, simple girl. Good morning. Good morning to you. My ex-wife used to sing to my daughter in the morning when she'd get her up. It's time to get up, it's time to get up, it's time to get up in the morning. It's an annoying song. Though I'll admit it was probably better than how my father woke me up. When I was a kid, he'd want me to get up. He'd come in the room, my bedroom, and he'd just whistle that military get up song. I guess that's the song they play in the military when they want you to get up in the morning, Revelry, I think it's called. Revelry, is that right? It's like an odd name for a military song. Wake up, kid, says B. I'll be okay. I'm all woke. I'm as woke as you get. Reveille? Okay. Reveille is not revelry. That's different. Okay. That makes more sense that it's not called revelry. Winston's mom has a percolator too. My mom was rude. Time to get up, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, well, my dad was not one to play around with get up now. It's like, get up. My mom was nice, but my dad didn't believe in sleeping in. Neither of my parents believed in sleeping in. So, it's got to be a slow Monday. Not feeling very high energy or anything. I still have plenty of sleep to catch up on. I can always tell. Yeah, it didn't quite get so ingrained in me. Simple girl, I spent a lot of time sort of getting over a a productivity imperative. You know, my parents were very all about productivity. You know, they held laziness very much in contempt. A couple of SI people, you know, they always knew what their plans were for the day, what they wanted to get accomplished, whatever. They managed their time well to make sure they could accomplish the things that were on their list. Their son is not the same way, you know. I was never that way, and I could never really be changed into being that way, you know. The only thing that happened is that I internalized a bunch of narratives about how, you know, inadequate I am in various ways, which I'm not sure is what my parents were intending, but that's what happens when you try to raise a child in the absence of cognitive functions. But, you know, it's like I was always troublesome. Maybe not as a little kid, but later on. Uh, you know, I still ultimately just feel like a big fuck up. I don't think that's ever going to go away. Because I could never be, never will be my dad, you know? He was the ultimate taskmaster. He got everything accomplished all the time. And I just don't really roll like that, you know? I'm a little kid at heart. I'm a little kid at heart, and I never really grew up. And I still don't feel very grown up. Although, I feel more grown up now than I have in the past, maybe. You know, I feel less like a drug addict and a fuck up than I used to, I suppose. I feel like the dud in my family now. I just openly admit it. I was their only child, so I never got to that point of just saying to my dad, for example, I get it. You were horribly disappointed in me. I wish at some point I had said that, you know. He always blamed himself, though. At least my dad was consistent, you know. He may have been ultra controlling and had some sort of weird belief in his own ability to handle everything and be responsible for everything. But at least he's consistent, right? He's like, okay, well, I'm super controlling and responsible for everything in the world, so therefore, the reason Eric's a fuck up is because I didn't parent him properly. Which is ridiculous, of course. It has nothing to do with why I'm a fuck up. They did a great job of parenting me. I just wasn't the child they wanted. At least my dad, you know. At least I hope my daughter understands that, I'm super proud of her. I wouldn't want her to be anything other than what she is. But whatever. I don't care about shit like that, really. At this point in my life, my parents are dead. That whole business is over. It took me a little while to to sort of settle into the role of patriarch. But it suits me fine, really. The role suits me fine. It's a role I'm capable of filling these days. Though I wasn't instantly. The lesson from Buddha is when your neighbor's cow is being scolded by a nosy neighbor, just keep walking on by it further down the trail. Well, that sounds rather like my response to Scott Taylor. When a nosy neighbor is complaining about the neighbor's cow, I don't give a fuck. But it seems to me very clearly that whole Scott Taylor thing was engineered with a plan from the get-go, from the moment he arrived. And I'm sure he's quite disappointed that it didn't work out for him. But that's never going to work around here. I'm not subject to being dragged into stuff like that, Like, as soon as his plan didn't seem to work, then he shifted gears into being like, I'm going to dox you. I could dox you. And it's like, okay, asswipe. It's not really conceivable for you to fool me or not in the outset anyway. It's like, I take you at face value, but not without ample grains of salt. Yeah, I'm quite sure I haven't gone mad. Generally, fully sane people don't concern themselves with that. That's something that people of uncertain sanity concern themselves with. And the thing is, I have in fact gone mad before in some sense. That one night when I took way too many mushrooms, I felt like I was insane. I've also seen people, yeah, well, I'm not playing around with him. He's trying to play around with me, but he'll end up just getting himself hidden, you know? More significantly than me experiencing being insane. I've had a front row seat to actual mental illness. So it's easy for me to distinguish. I can't stand people who harm others or bring trouble. Well, I mean, just by live streaming, I'm inviting plenty of people who want to stir up trouble. Whether they should or not, that's a separate question. But, you know, my job is to moderate things successfully such that when there's a lot of activity going on around here, which sometimes there is, that it's not making it uncomfortable for regular people to be here, you know. There are a lot of very angry people in the world. And for some of them, I trigger them, you know. Well, presumably, whoever doxes you brings your attention to it. The thing is, the issue about being doxed, quote unquote, is one that is not it's not a clear, bright line, right? Like whether or not you've been doxed is somewhat according to your own understanding of what information you're anticipating keeping private. I don't have really any information that I'm anticipating keeping private except for, you know, like my logins to critical stuff like email, my YouTube channel, my banking, stuff like that, right? Obviously, I don't want to be subjected to any kind of financial fraud or something like that. But um, so it's like it'd be pretty difficult to dox me. But what it would entail is someone putting together a document of some sort that said, "This is his full name. This is his address. This is his wife's full name. You know, maybe here's his social security number, stuff like that, right?" Some things like social security number I'd be more concerned about than others, right? But I think I've got pretty good information security for stuff that needs to be securitized. Yeah, and then there's always the possibility of getting swatted if you're a live streamer. That's true. Rachel and I, maybe we'll go do it today. I'm not sure. How do they find this stuff out? Yeah, things can get like that. I'm almost. No, they won't fear me. I'm not scary at all. I don't think they're going to. Well, I mean, Rachel and I are planning on it. Maybe we'll do it today. Go to the sheriff's office and say, "Hey, we're live streamers. We're potentially subject to getting swatted." We've encountered the threat before. We thought we'd come by and let you know. No, they're. You mean how do they find the information out? Well, some of it, plenty of it, is public record, right? So they just do a little research. Uh, if they're on the dark web, there are sites that have various kinds of information dumps from various people, from various parties that have had like information security breaches, right? Yeah, it's not hard to find my address. The thing that makes me a tough nut to crack for anybody on the internet who wants to harass, troll, whatever, is I'm not a private person. I don't have secrets for people to reveal about me. I'm not making any effort to hide my address. I show my license plate on the channel all the time. And sometimes a lack of defense is the best defense of all, right? Because what they're trying to do is find leverage points. They're trying to say, I'm going to scare you. I'm going to try to hack you. I'm going to disrupt your normal flow of operations to whatever extent I can. In Flow State's case, he was live streaming. He had his Facebook page connected, and somebody hacked him, or what? Yeah, I'm gonna rent space in your head. Yeah, that's. I mean, they want control, right? They want to be able to use force in some fashion, and whether that's forcing you to worry about them, or forcing you to accept that they're a real threat, and I shouldn't have fucked with that guy. Now I'm regretting messing with him. Even all he did was make him look bad on the internet, right? So it's obviously a very toxic frame of reference. But there definitely are varying degrees, levels of susceptibility to that kind of harassment, and I'm minimally susceptible to it. I'm not, doesn't mean I'm immune to it at all, but I have things. My life is set up such that nobody can get me fired, I'm as minimally swattable as a person can be because of the county I live in, where I live, way back here in the back, the fact that we only have a sheriff's department, this low density population, etc. To get me, people have to do pretty seriously illegal things. And people are willing to do such things. But, I'm probably not going to feel very harassed unless they do something very serious. Serious enough for me to get law enforcement involved, right? Of course, what these people will tend to do, anybody who's really out to prove like, I can do some harm to you, I can beat you, I can take you down some notch, I can successfully express my spite in some kind of an effective way, is when they find they're completely unable to get to me, and then they start attacking Rachel. She's not as thick-skinned as I am. Yeah. I do smoke Marlboro Reds. America's finest cigarette and the world's. Oh yeah, they will get in trouble if they get caught, Boba Fett, but there are ways to spoof your number and stuff, I guess. They're not necessarily going to get caught. You make your own cigarettes? Well, I let the Philip Morris Company do it for me. I don't know. Call me lazy. Oh, they say they make up some stuff like people at this house are screaming at each other. One of them's waving a gun around, something like that. No, I understand that Dreamsy smokes. It definitely is cheaper to roll your own tobacco. I mean, to roll your own cigarettes. There's no disputing that. Morning, good time. I will go to Olympic weightlifting now. Bye. Bye, Mr. Kartoffel. We have a good time at Olympic weightlifting. It's a sport where you lift Olympians into the air. Obviously, it's not very impressive if you lift like an Olympic gymnast, but that's why you have you lift like 4 or 5 of them stacked on top of each other. Kina Ann Mary says, hi, Poji. Well, Dreamsy Smokes, that sounds like a very DIY approach to things across the board. I'm pretty lazy. Yeah, I know. This is as uneventful a scene as the police will ever arrive to if we ever do get swatted. But it's possible anyway. And certainly one puts oneself at risk for that if one's a live streamer. This person writing in the Greek alphabet, I don't know what their name is, says, dude, go to bed, you were too old for this. I mean, I just got up, so I'm not really planning on going to bed. It's 6:30 in the morning here. That's what it looks like. I don't know. You tell me. Cyrillic? It might be Cyrillic, but it's in a Greek style font, I guess. Hi, Elaine. You go to the dentist. Bye. Thanks for stopping in to let us know. Oh, my first guess was Greek, you know, like ancient Greek. um, However, there are plenty of times when I do stay up late streaming. This just isn't one of them. And I am feeling generally rather tired. I probably won't stream for a super long time this morning. I'll probably go back to bed. However, that has nothing to do with my age. That has to do with the fact that it's sleepy week. Well, those Chinese need to pick one then already. There very well might. Once it's bombed, there very well might be a sleepy week drive to Delilah. I was thinking about possibly doing that sometime this week, later in the week, maybe. And if I do that, my thought is, get up early like I normally do, leave at that point, and uh, then I would be back by like, 4 in the afternoon or something. Oh yeah, Ruben's in LA. Well, that's not going to influence my decision at all. If I go do this, it's just going to be drive down, hang out with Delilah for 15 minutes, drive back. Well, Fred Goldlust, it sounds like you're lusting after something other than just gold. So perhaps, perhaps you should take that elsewhere. You know, I'm not a huge fan of other people's sweaty sexuality around me. Understandably. Willow's Poet Department says solar eclipse today. I'm glad that Willow's has a poet department. Gage Davis says, I look like I smell like an old folks' home. Well, okay. And what do you look like you smell like, Gage Davis? Well, let me see. You sound like, you look like, you smell like mm, poppies on a spring day, gasoline. Okay. All right, well, then I'll go with that. You sound like, you look like, you smell like gasoline. Say Riz. How many times, how many times are people going to come in here and say one of the following things? Riz, the Rizzler, Gyat, Skibbity, Ohio, Bombaclots. AI low key smell like sweaty teens. Huh, wow. Riz is short for charisma. Is this a roast? Okay, well, good for you, Gage. Sounds like you really have unpleasant body image stuff going on. Yeah, it's pretty hateful of you. I think I'm gonna time you out for being hateful. You can attack me all you want, but I'm not down for body shaming. You're welcome to roast me all you want. Never stop grinding. I would, however, recommend that at some point you at least temporarily stop grinding. I smell like peppermint and lime, but not by choice. Is it because you're covered in peppermint and limes? Did you have an accident at the peppermint lime factory? I probably smell mostly like cigarettes. You know, cigarettes, weed, Eric. That's probably what I smell like. Fred Goldust, have you been drinking mojitos? I don't know if mojitos have both peppermint and lime in them. I don't think they have lime. But I could be wrong about that. Well, it's a ho hum Monday across the board. But that doesn't mean it's a Monday without any. I dropped that? I dropped that crown? Oh, well. Maybe it's because it doesn't fit. You know what I have to do? If I want to earn anything even resembling a crown, what I'm going to have to do, and I'm going to make you guys go with me, I have to take the trash out to the street. I know, it sounds boring. It sounds boring to me too, okay? We're not in disagreement here about this. Let's just take them up one at a time. All right. So there's a certain way to do this. It's the best way. Okay, that's one trash can. It's a little chilly out here. It's definitely below freezing. All the snow, it's all crunchy. There's ice on top of the water in the little gutter up there. Just filled up with water all the time. Super annoyingly. Okay. Ah, it's cold. Call for flip-flops. Yeah. Call for flip-flops and no hat. I should put a hat on. But I only have one more trash can to go. So. So let's get her done. Oh, wait. I should go get the kitty litter trash. Let's go get the kitty litter trash. There. The worst trash there is of all. Alright, last trash can. Let's do it, like heroes of the adventure. Oh, okay. It is time to go back inside. As you see, we still have a lot of snow on the roof. Oh. Whew. Well, that's the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Yeah, I used to have a basset hound that would find and roll in cat turds wherever they were in the world. It was horrible. Whew, that's cold out there. Yeah, we got all the trash out last night. So, I just had to take them out this morning. The one I'd forgotten about was the kitty litter trash. But Rachel got the trash from upstairs. I get the kitchen. There wasn't really any other trash to get. Let's see how this coffee's coming along. Let me finish this first. It's still maybe a little thin, a little light, you know, but it's pretty ready. Rachel will be happy to know there's a fresh pot of coffee when she gets up. Yeah, it's a little light, but that's fine. It's still good. Our water's getting turned on today, and I have to mow the yard today. I hope I can remember how to get the pump going. Do you have well water? You want well water? That's something I blessedly cannot empathize with. I'm very pleased to say. Unlike probably the majority of people in the county, we are not on well water. Oh, irrigation water for the yard. I think about you a lot, simple girl, your situation. I know you don't want to be reminded of it, I'm sure. Kind of indicated this in the past, actually. But I just think about how what an ontological shock it must be to have spent all your adult life in one situation and have that reality upturned dramatically, to say the least. Life's weird, Life's life's complicated in lots of ways. It's like I'm on my third wife. I'll never know that experience that my parents had of being together their whole lives. And I'll never know the experience you're having of having a long-time spouse die prematurely. So it's like, you only have one chance to stay with someone forever. Hey, Aga. How's it going? Makes me think about introverted sensing, introverted intuition. Different ways that people know things. Rachel's so slow in some ways in getting accustomed to new realities. Like, her nature is such that she's very skittish about taking anything for granted. You put it that way, you know. So, in that regard, she's slow to get accustomed to certain new realities. But in another sense, because she's not consciously attending to her previous experience very much, she finds it less ontologically jolting, is more adaptable to changes in reality than I am. All right, I'll go back inside now, or we can read things. Anyway, this is not going to be a very manic Monday, I can tell you that. We're going to have to call Delilah and quadruple check now at this point that she actually paid the septic tank bill. If she hasn't, she's going to have to do it today. And then I will call the plumber and confirm they're coming tomorrow. I understand, I guess, why they're hesitant to do the work, because, you know, if they do it and then the person doesn't pay, what exactly are they going to do about it? But I know the A's won yesterday. No, that's what I'm talking about right now, Putty Cat, is the septic tank situation. You know, it's like they came out and said, yeah, let's just fix it as soon as possible. But I think what I'm understanding is they're probably skittish about doing work and not getting paid for it. So I'm going to make sure the bill's paid in full today. Yeah, it's true, Aga and M. I've had a lot of new people coming in. Is anybody here below the age of 32? Probably. If Sadie Plays is still here. I know she's like a teenager. But well, more or less. I need to do a little bit of painting inside the bathroom, and I need to clean out the rain gutters. I want to fix a couple rain gutter things. I'm gonna hire a handyman to do that. I'll probably call him today too. Um, you know, it's like there's nothing stopping me from getting those things all done while I'm waiting, right? It's just I have this kind of order of operations in mind, and I don't like when reality goes forces it elsewhere. I seem tired. I am not particularly wakeful. Oh, the end of the world, right? I forgot about the eclipse. Well, I'll hire somebody to do it, actually. They'll do a better job. I mean, I actually could paint myself just fine, but am I adequately prepared for the end of the world? No. I mean, can anybody really prepare for the end of the world? How would I survive without internet? How would I survive without YouTube? I wouldn't. I'd die a quick and painful death, I'm sure. So yeah, we have had a lot of new subs of late. Been averaging about 100 new subs a day, which is pretty impressive. Well, I'm not sure even if the world ended, I would start drinking again. I'd probably be ill advised. Uh, where are these people? Not here at the moment. You know, one of the cool things is even though I have some streams where I have a lot of people and it's really popping, I still have periods of time like this where it can be just chill, which I appreciate actually. Like this morning, I'm not really in the mood to deal with super popping live stream chat. So 14,207 new subs, 3,500 in the last 28 days, 3,545 in the last 28 days. But my estimated revenue remains flat at $153.94. So. It seems like YT recommends stuff, then doesn't, so she can go from like 10 to 50 in a minute. Yeah, it's weird, you know? A bunch of young people talking about how they have Riz and stuff. The Gyat's pretty well melted, yeah. And I don't mind that the numbers go like that. It's I have to just if I want to get a lot of uh, eyes in here, I just got to go for a couple hours. I'll have a few bursts of attention, and sometimes like certain streams will get a lot of new subs. Like that stream last night, I think got a lot of new subs. Once his mom said, I spent about 2 hours approximately scrolling through shorts to look at live shorts who were streaming. That method didn't land me anything live. Huh. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's monthly. So, and that's consistent with what it's been for a long time. I mean, for a while, for a long stretch, there was actually below $100 a month. So it's gone up a little bit. Any titles and pictures that are particularly attractive? No. Well, thanks a lot, Winston. Mom. I appreciate that. I'm not sure. I mean, certain titles hit better than others, perhaps, but sometimes it seems to be just kind of random. Paranormal title did go over big. One that I said, like, what's your paranormal story? Or something like that. It is hard to make money on YouTube, even for big channels, but I suspect that if I could get to like 100,000 subs, then I'd probably start making a little bit more of a decent money. Yeah, the sun's come up, but it's not very super bright out yet. See, we're kind of between some hills, so we don't get the sun right on us right when yeah, cooking ones seem to do pretty well. Like Let's Make Lunch did fine, did quite well. Uh, it's hard to say what what makes it hit or not. Like sometimes, like this one won't end up getting that many, won't end up getting that many views because I'm not gonna stream for much longer. There is a ski resort near me, and I do want to go skiing, but I guess I'm not gonna go this year. I don't know. I mean, it was the perfect opportunity to go right after that snowstorm. Even like tomorrow would be a great day to go, but or today, you know. But I'm probably not going to. It would have to coincide with the right timing with a bottle of Adderall. Well, I've since tried to improve my methodology on that heroin. Yes, I did. Okay. That's funny. It doesn't smell like kiwi or lime. I don't believe those BO5s when they say this is this smell or that smell anymore. I'm just not even gonna believe them. I think I'm gonna see what cartoons are out. Let's look at the Crunchyroll release schedule. Train to the End of the World, God's Games We Play, and that's it so far. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea of those smells. I'm just saying the shampoo that I got, it doesn't smell very much like what it says it smells like. It just smells like soap. Whereas I used to, when I lived in Temple City, when I was married to my second wife, she would get these shampoos. The fridge was full of shampoos. You know, it was like mango, whatever. And they'd smell so much like this thing they said they smelled like. Why these shampoos cannot do that, I do not know. All right, I'm gonna wrap this stream up. I'm tired. I might watch cartoon. I might go back to bread here, either before or after. No, I'm not gonna store the shampoos in the fridge. So thanks for being here on this sleepy Monday morning, and we'll see you again later.